Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to source for deep, unfiltered analysis of South African politics, governance, and the real stories affecting our communities. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown of the stories the mainstream media won't dig into. Today, we're shining a very bright spotlight on the KwaDukuza Local Municipality in KwaZulu-Natal, where a shocking story has emerged, one that's raising serious questions about corruption, accountability, and leadership in the ANC-controlled municipality. So here's the bombshell: the municipality has been spending more than R173,000 every single month, that's over R2 million every year, on private security services. But not for a hospital, not for a school, and not even for a municipal building. This massive amount of public money is being used to secure the private residence of Mayor Lindile Nhaca. Yes, you heard that right. While thousands of residents in KwaDukuza struggle with unreliable water supply, pothole-ridden roads, inconsistent electricity, and a crumbling infrastructure, the mayor is living under luxury protection funded entirely by the public purse. And before we go any further, let's just take a moment to put that figure into perspective. R173,068.61 per month could pay the monthly salaries of 10 to 15 junior municipal workers, or fund a significant repair project in one of KwaDukuza's many service-deprived communities. Instead, it's being paid to a Durban-based security firm that has a very questionable track record and a history of benefiting from government tenders. Now let's break this down in more detail. According to the leaked invoices that brought this scandal to light, this security arrangement has been going on for quite some time, quietly, with no public knowledge and no transparent procurement process. Sources within the municipality allege that the contract was awarded without a proper competitive bidding system, which would be a clear violation of public finance management rules. In simple terms, this means the municipality may have simply handpicked a company to give millions of rands to, without allowing other firms to bid or without assessing whether the price was even fair. Let's be clear, transparency in procurement isn't optional, it's a legal requirement. It's meant to protect taxpayers from exactly this kind of abuse. When that transparency is missing, it opens the door to corruption, cronyism, and the misuse of public funds. And that brings us to the security company itself. This isn't just any company. According to multiple sources, it has a checkered history. It's been linked to inflated pricing, tenders awarded under questionable circumstances, and there are whispers about politically connected directors behind the scenes. In other words, this might not just be about security, it could be about political patronage. But while this company thrives off public contracts, residents are growing increasingly frustrated with the state of their municipality. Service delivery protests have become a regular occurrence in KwaDukuza. Communities have gone days without water. Load shedding aside, there are also local electricity failures that drag on for weeks. Roads are disintegrating. Rubbish remains uncollected. Infrastructure is visibly falling apart. And yet, somehow, there's money for private protection. Local civic activist Thokozani Ngubane didn't mince his words. He called it a gross misuse of public funds, and pointed to the disconnect between political leadership and the communities they claim to serve. He said, millions are being spent to secure a politician's home, while residents are battling potholes and power outages. It's a sentiment that's resonating with ordinary people across the municipality and beyond. But let's also talk about the justification provided by the municipality. Municipal spokesperson Saifo Mthembu said the arrangement is both legal and morally necessary to protect the safety of public office bearers. According to him, the mayor's security is a priority, and there's nothing irregular about the contract. Here's the issue with that: no credible threat has ever been made public to suggest the mayor's life is at risk. There are no public records of police reports, no intelligence briefings released to justify this level of expenditure, and no independent risk assessments that would typically be required for such a contract. So the question remains, what exactly is the mayor being protected from, and why does it cost the people R2 million a year? This is where things get political. Opposition parties, especially the Democratic Alliance, DA, have seized the opportunity to highlight what they see as a pattern of ANC mismanagement in local government. The DA has written to both the Provincial Treasury and the Department of Cooperative Governance, calling for an immediate audit of the contract and its awarding process. They're asking whether procurement rules were followed, and whether the contract is just another example of state capture at the local level. And it's not just about this one case. KwaDukuza, like many ANC-led municipalities, is already under intense scrutiny for allegations of corruption, nepotism, and financial irregularities. The 2026 local elections are fast approaching, and this incident is only fueling the growing narrative that the ruling party is out of touch with the everyday struggles of ordinary South Africans. Let's not forget, South Africa's municipal audit outcomes paint a dire picture. According to the Auditor General's reports, only 41 out of 257 municipalities received clean audits in the last financial year. The vast majority were plagued by irregular, fruitless, and wasteful expenditure, running into the billions. And much of that stems from the same playbook: questionable tenders, poor oversight, and political interference in procurement. This isn't just about one mayor, it's about a culture of entitlement in local governance that sees public resources as private perks. It's about how elected officials seem to live in a different world than the people who put them in power. So what happens next? If the provincial government is serious about accountability, they'll launch an immediate investigation, not only into the security contract, but also into how many other similar deals are being quietly funded across the province. Because if it's happening in KwaDukuza, chances are it's happening elsewhere too. In the meantime, we'll be keeping a very close eye on the story. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is this an isolated case of poor judgment, or a symptom of a deeper problem in how local governments are run in South Africa? Should mayors be entitled to private security at taxpayer expense, or should that money go towards fixing the broken systems that affect millions? Remember to like this video if you found it informative, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more hard-hitting political commentary and investigations. Hit that bell icon so you're the first to know when a new video drops. Thanks for watching, stay informed, stay engaged, and as always, see you next time.